In the news, President Tinubu orders dismissal of 2 chief executive officers, says decision is aimed at protecting rights of Nigerian consumers. Chief of Naval Staff sues for sustained vigilance of maritime domain. Plus, schools in Akwa Ibom State record impressive turnout on resumption. Hello then, welcome to NTA Uyo News at this hour. My name is Okun Ndem. Thanks for joining us. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103, as well as our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. And now to the news. In conformity with plans to restructure and reposition critical agencies of the federal government towards protecting the rights of Nigerian consumers, President Bola Tinubu has dismissed 2 chief executive officers. The affected chief executive officers are Mr. Babatunde Irukera, Chief Executive Officer, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, and Mr. Alexander Ayula Oko, Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Bureau of Public Enterprises. A release signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajirin Glale, has directed the dismissed Chief Executive Officers to hand over to the next most senior officer in their respective agencies, pending the appointment of new Chief Executive Officers. It notes that the decision is to provide a strong basis for enhanced contributions to the nation's economy by key growth-enabling institutions. By this directive, their removal from office takes immediate effect. In a related development, suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, today arrived at the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission headquarters for grilling over alleged 85 million naira fraud in the ministry. Dr. Edu was yesterday suspended by President Bola Tinubu for allegedly paying the humanitarian fund into a private account. The 585 billion naira was meant for payment of grants to vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Lagos, Cross River, and Ogun states. President Tinubu had earlier directed the executive chairman of the EFCC to conduct a thorough investigation into all aspects of the financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Dr. Betta Edu is the first minister to be suspended from office since members of the Federal Executive Council were sworn in August last year. Academic activities have commenced in earnest in both government and private primary and secondary schools in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. Utuba Chibong, who visited some schools within Uyo metropolis, reports that the turnout, as at the time of this report, was impressive.
With the Yuletide holidays over and business, work and other socio-economic activities kicking off, students as well as teachers are not left out, as a visit to some schools in Uyo metropolis indicates that academic activities for the second term have commenced in earnest. Some years back, it was almost a norm to find empty classrooms during the first week of school resumption. However, a lot of positive changes have taken place in recent times, as some schools visited at the time of this report had impressive turnout of both teachers and students.
We had a pre-resumption meeting where we met with all the staff, the teaching staff, to put things in place for academic activities, because we knew school would resume on the 8th. Then yesterday that the school resumed, we have chalk, we have everything in place. And lessons started yesterday effectively.
Like yesterday when we started lecture in earnest. So many teachers have entered their class. Even as it is now, if you observe the environment, it's very conducive that we have started something.
These educators and learners were not found loitering around the school premises, but were seen receiving lessons in their various classrooms.
The few that have come, they are all engaged in the class.
I'm here in school because school have resumed and lectures have started since yesterday resumption.
Lessons have already begun. Academic sessions are taking place. Teachers are already in class. They have learned math and civic education.
Resume school today. Our teacher has started to teach us, and I am happy to come to school today.
While commending the state government for shifting its attention to ensuring improved and better welfare packages for teachers, provision of conducive learning environments for students, and many more feats, the head of the school, however, highlighted some areas and government.
We don't have enough space.
Well, sorry about the poor quality of that report towards the end of it. Moving on now. Administration of Pastor Moino will continue to pay premium attention to developmental issues, especially in the grassroots. The transition chairman of Ikona local government area, Kenneth Akpan, made the assertion when he visited wards in the local government area to celebrate the new year. Edidion Iba reports.
The ward tour provided an opportunity for the transition chairman to interact with the people at their ward levels. While presenting foodstuff from the state governor to each of the 12 wards, the chairman says the administration of Pastor Moino will always pay premium attention to the welfare of all Akwa Ibom people and appreciates the governor for the gesture. On his part, he says his administration will ensure the even development of Ikona local government area.
And we're doing our best to ensure that we take the delivery of democracy to the people. That is the most important thing, because our government is about the people. So we call it people-centric government. So that's exactly what we do and what we want to do for the people, to ensure that we stand by the people at all times. So, and want to thank His Excellency for this opportunity.
The familiarization visit took the transition chairman and his team to some wards of the local government area where he was received by the people.
We have been so excited as humans for this wonderful gesture and hospitality.
As a people who believe in development, Adubofi, and welcome to Itak, you will have a very successful tenure.
So I believe the rice will go direct to the place.
The visit featured presentation of gift items to the 12 ward leaders of the local government area. In Ikona local government area, Edidion Iba, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Uyo News. More reports after this time. Please stay.
Oga Paul, na another cough medicine you wan buy, so why you no go do the test wey I say make you go do?
Oga, make you go check this your cough. The last time I get this kind yeye cough wey no gree go, na madam here tell me say make I go do test. When all the cough syrup wey I dey drink no gree work, then come do me free test, and e come show say I get tuberculosis. The medicine wey dem give me, all na free. Now see am, I don well kampe.
Na true Callisto stop. Go check am o, make you dey sure, because who no go, no go no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment, na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better informate. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people there.
Are you searching for a home sweet home where dreams come true and you are never alone? In the world of property wide and vast, God's Covenant Multi-Concepts Nigeria Limited is your guide to find what will last. Whether you are looking for a cozy nest or a sprawling mansion, we have a home for every story. Buying, selling, or renting anew, we are here to make it easy for you. God's Covenant Multi-Concepts Nigeria Limited has the real estate experts bringing you home. Trust, integrity, and service prime, making your property dreams truly shine. Call us today and let's turn your dream into an address. Contact us at BJ Elavic Plaza, number 19 Udobud Street, off Oron and Waiba Roads, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Telephone 0915 314 3937 and 0701 107 1114. Website www.bjelevicplaza.com. www.godcovenantlimited.com. God's Covenant Multi-Concepts Nigeria Limited, dependable and trusted name in landed property business.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital?
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Overback Road, Uyu. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class Blue Sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Overback Road, Uyo, your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, has charged security personnel to sustain vigilance of the maritime domain to ensure an increase in the country's crude oil production this year. The Navy Chief gave the charge while on a working visit to the Central Naval Command, Bayelsa State. Timine Priye Ohia was there and now reports.
It is the first working visit of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, to the Central Naval Command to appraise the working capacity of naval officers on their statutory duties of protecting the nation's territorial waters. And since this is also a new year, the Chief of Naval Staff reminded naval personnel that the Central Naval Command is at the home of critical oil and gas facilities, and so encourages personnel at the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe South-South not to relent on their surveillance of the critical infrastructure.
Assure you today, sir, that all efforts continue to be in place to attain our mandate, in addition to the other activities of destruction of illegal refining sites, pirate camps.
The naval chief, who later visited the headquarters of Central Naval Command, Agudama APA Yenogwa, commended officers and men for achieving its mandate, evident in the improved crude oil production in the past 6 months, and urged them to sustain the tempo.
Over the past 6 months, there has been a continuous increase in the nation's oil production, to the extent that we are talking about 1.7 million as of today. So this is what we have been doing. We are also going to continue to do more.
Since the establishment, the Central Naval Command of the Nigerian Navy, Yenogwa, has not relented in its mandate of curbing crude oil theft, pipeline vandalism, illegal bunkering, sea piracy, and stemming other forms of maritime crimes in the Niger Delta region. A fact the naval boss says must be sustained. In Yenogwa, Timinipri, Ohia, NTA News.
Governor of Cross River State, Basio II, is tasking the judiciary on equitable dispensation of justice, believing that this is pivotal to restoration of faith in the judiciary and protection of the basic tenets of democratic governance. The Cross River State Governor said this while presiding over the swearing in of 3 into the state's judiciary. Justine Item reports.
Administering the oath of office and oath of allegiance, Governor Bassey Otu emphasized that the principle of separation of powers between the 3 arms of government is to ensure checks and balance and not for opposition and friction, pledging commitments to the welfare of judicial staff in the states.
Judiciary needs to reinvent itself through self-cleansing procedure. The National Judicial Council of Nigeria should not relent in banging the gavel on erring judicial officers. The judiciary arm of government is no doubt the bastion of democracy by providing the pivot on which equity stands as enshrined in the country's ground norm. The judiciary should also assist the society in the decongestion of correctional centers through the effective use of the alternative dispute resolution option.
Chief Judge of Cross River State, Justice Akun Ikpeme, advised the newly sworn-in judges to discharge the duties without fear or favor, while the elevated judges pledged to live up to expectation.
Judges, the new judges, I want to say, you are coming into an arena that is very, very demanding, extremely demanding. Somebody once said that power should be given to people who are most fearful to use that power. So I want to advise you, as you are sworn in today, it is not for a show of power. It is to learn to burn the midnight oil, to read and research and give good judgment.
We promise to discharge our duties with integrity, with honesty, and above all, with the fear of God.
The 3 appointed High Court judges sworn into the Cross River State's judiciary are Justice Ama Edetekpo, Justice Teresa Agum, and Justice Jalath Oga Agim in Calabar. Justina Etam, NTA News.
Economists in Uyo are advising Nigerians to adapt to the reality of the new normal on the cashless economy. This is coming as part of continuous reactions to the Central Bank of Nigeria's assurances to safekeeping of depositors' funds in commercial banks. Business News correspondent Joy Ubani, in an interaction with some citizens in Uyo, reports on some challenges they encounter during transactions at company outlets and ATMs.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in its recent statement on safety of depositors' funds in commercial banks in Nigeria, has raised concerns from some Nigerians in Uyo.
I think that there's money in the bank that I can withdraw. Surprisingly, they said there is no money, so I don't know what is going on.
If you walk out of the bank to use the POS, it's story. So it's not working.
Some people say that there's no money in the bank. No, we sell money, so we buy money.
Economic watchers call on relevant authorities
or they are making a fun of Nigeria. It's unimaginable suffering. People will have their money, they will go to the bank to deposit money, but they can't have access to the money when they are in need of the money.
You go to get your money, the highest they can give you is 5,000 naira. The rest you say you go to ATM or POS. There's no money in the circulation at all.
An economist in the University of Uyo, Dr. Paul Orebi, advised Nigerians to accept the new normal in cash circulation.
There's nothing to worry about. From my perspective, CBN is doing their work, which is the statutory responsibility, of oversight over the monetary system. We need time, to get out of all of those problems. It won't happen in a jiffy. That's the truth. So we have to learn to cope with whatever situation we are confronted with now, knowing that we'll eventually get out of it, hoping that the people managing these systems will do the right thing.
However, the Apex Bank assures depositors of safety of their monies in commercial banks. Joy Ubani, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of the major stories. President Tinubu has ordered the dismissal of 2 chief executive officers, saying the decision is aimed at protecting the rights of Nigerian consumers. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala has sued for sustained vigilance of the nation's maritime domain. You also heard in the news that schools in Akwa Ibom State have recorded impressive turnout on resumption. That's our package this evening. Remember to be a star. Join NTS campaign to stand against rape and rapists. I remain Okon Ndem. Emedi Ongomo is standing by for the news in translation. Good evening.
Kamba ukara irenyen esio merai wot iba kem mention sio ufogotumomo unyon abo kem yero ke ri nenge mkpombono kemitie ke irenyen akamba woke navy abo yak mbon nka ukpeme kem monge kaiso ke ni na mutumomo mfon me ufong wet ke sterem etongo momo ukangen miko manyen mero emedion mo kamando tumbok ndubre yomi ebuke ekamba akamukara irenyen asio merai wot iba kemme ufogutumomo unyon ebuke mi ado ke tumpo anyeke nwoke abo kimo ya inenge mkpo inam ke irenyen ya ko boyo mbo mito akambanya ake nwomo anyeke bo kimo ya inenge mkpo ibono kemitie inyung isio menteme eduwem unyon akamukara irenyen etebola tinumbu asio medai wot iba kiti utemomo unyon ete babatunde irukere ado adai wot ke ufogotom ekoto Federal Competition ye Consumer Protection Commission ekoto kibibio FCCPC ye ete Alexander Oko adai wot ke ufogotom ekoto Bureau of Public Enterprises BPE kengwet ete ajiri ngalele akesan nubok abo ke medai wot ke mention ebo ke ufok nwere tongo momo tongo mo ekenyongo ukapiswa akombo nyen anam yagari yongo ebo ke ufok nwere tongo kemi kembono wo eba ke inemesa aditongo ko boyo mbo mito kombo nyen
si afre we ma ke kwenge ndwogo dudumbo na medi yongo ke mbubege utom ye mention tsudu na mfene mama na tongo ndi to fongwen koro mendi kpemko ema etongo ufongwe sia idaga mikombo ke sanga ke ekaya mo fongwe ni eko Canada mo keki banga ke ufongwe sekbe mtokoyen e mane bo ke do sukara e kananyen ese me ikpere ukpe mwesia ubari tese ntokoyen ebo ne kpe mwe ikemme amonko e mai wori ne meset ke mention sio eno ukara sire meso ke kaiso eno ngo mendi kpe ba mo etange bo ke mimo mi be ngide medican bo ke mimo mi senifak inon de to fongwe ayo ukpe mpo miku yo utebe achibon akombok NTA
eboke ukara ete umoeno abiskika kaiso rikan boke ufuro yenkot arobio adai woke nko ukara ikono Kingsley Akpan aketangami na yeke sangake aseng adidara ukapisiwa ekobo yogombo mito akombonyo
kendo dum isang kemme nsio ward ekena maru amano ati woro pokoro kenko ukara ikono ufang
this thing. Now, awori njem amimbu yomba no chemaru. I am ready to solve the problems of the people.
Ezrendem. So Ibaga, Eya Beneke White no Eka. Ibiki Sokoson.
Yaniki na mini yega, Ebo Inia chairman, and Nia governor. I get a well better. Mbo opportunity in Yanium. But you didn't now transition chairman within the space of 28 days in office. I want to get.
Chairman, I'm a young boy. I can't take a young boy.
Okay, one and yeah, upon a dam, Yaking Ibanga, and you can work a word in front of Bolivar. So, I come governor.
Some limited came come out the governor, K. Sayanamano, the good people of Econo.
Nangakere meke mempondidia, Aketoro, Ade wood ukara, Adi, Anongo, what do beba, Kankokara Econo. Ati wuruk bokoro Kankokara Econo, Kingsley, Akban, Amabu. Kendutum oyo ukara pastor umoino aru bonumpo abigi wam afrewo ke state army ame mbonawo ebigiri aufon ito anyenko makom adai wood ukara state army kementi ubagute momo kendutum isangado amanam ati wuruk bokorodo asanga kemme word kere kenko karado ame mbonawo ekerarake yenye kisangado Ema meno enongo mbunogwo ke word dwebeba kenkokukara ikono. Kenkokukara ikono uwe medimo Samson okombok NTA.
Ukangin tembong yin atrerero ndubre yomi asere tutumpo.